YouTube, Twitter, Fancy Princess, SoundCloud, SoundCloud. It's your boy Chum Show too. I'm not going to talk about sports right now because I'm going to talk about something that's way more important and actually concerns me deeply. The world as we know it is what, 70-80% water, and we have only observed or discovered maybe 5% of the water. And so I'm not gonna get all biblical on y'all because I could get biblical on that. Biblical, I can get biblical and whatnot. But you know, I'm gonna just leave that out. I'm gonna just leave that out. You know what I'm saying? Not unless somebody asks me, get biblical. Then I will start talking about the Bible when it comes to the earth and what it reads. But I'm gonna leave that out. I'm gonna leave that out right now. Because I want to talk about these, UFOs and all this stuff that's been cited recently, and these pilots, have cited these UFOs, and this is like massive. And recently, we've also had reports of these, really loud booms that have been coming through, and all these people are afraid because when the booms come in, it shakes these houses, but nobody sees them. And immediately, like when people start, oh, it's NASA doing it. I was like, it's not NASA. NASA's pretty much been, uh, not doing much as far as, going into spaces, as far as I know. He's got other people who've been trying to go into space, but let's hear some of this mysterious loud bums, because I'm going to tell y'all exactly what it is, and y'all ain't going to like it, but it's going to be the truth. Let's listen. Please don't play. Okay, I don't want to hear a commercial. Although Proud Mary is going to be good, the movie Proud Mary. All right, let's go.
As terrifying loud booms are heard all over the planet, including the UK. Cops say they were notified of a suspicious sound that was described as a loud boom in Alabama. Mystery booming sounds have left people baffled all over the planet. The terrifying noises have been recorded everywhere from the Middle East to the East Midlands this year, with the majority heard on America's eastern coast. The latest boom came to light this week, scaring residents in the U.S. state of Alabama. Cops say they were notified of a suspicious sound that was described as a loud boom at around 9 p.m. on Monday. The boom, dubbed Bama Boom, shook multiple houses and appeared to originate on the northwest side of Loch Buie, police said. But cops and experts can't seem to figure out what caused the mysterious noise.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and chime in on what caused the mysterious noise as soon as we listen to this beautiful footage.
Oh, by the Navy cruiser USS Princeton, and then they spotted this. Take a look.
Yeah, control, bro. There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. Oh my gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots to the west.
Okay, now let's stop there. And for one, these people are professional pilots. They have been, this guy has been a pilot for 18 years. He says he wasn't drunk. He's seen a lot of things, but he's never seen this before. Another thing is they're going 120 miles against the wind. Another thing is this thing is rotating end over end. Okay, so it's flying as fast as they are, and it's going 120 miles against the wind. And the biggest thing about this is there was a fleet of them. It wasn't one, it wasn't 10, there was a fleet of them. Okay, if it was only like 5 or 6, they'd have been like, boom, there's 5. There was a fleet, okay? A fleet of them. Let's listen to some more of this. I can't show all the video, but a fleet of these jokers. Okay, let's listen. Now, another thing I want to say this is these things, they went to investigate these objects because they were flying at 80,000 feet and dropping down to 20,000 feet. You want to know what these booms are? All right, let's listen to some more before I say what they are, because I don't have too much time. It's crazy.
That's not on us, though, is it? It's not. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Well, if there's a thing.
Rotated.
That's pretty insane, right? Anyway, Fravor told the Washington Post in a recent interview that his unit was directed to go and examine strange unidentified objects that were descending from 80,000 to 20,000 feet and then disappearing. When they arrived at the location, Fravor said that the object was initially hard to see and it did not show up on any.
And it didn't show up on any radar. Now, these things have been known to be hovering. I mean, when it showed up at O'Hara, at the airport, it was hovering like maybe 100 feet. One of these, this happened in 2009, and then it shot up in the air so fast that it made like a little hole in the clouds. Like it was like, poof, and everybody saw it. Listen, you want to know what this is? It's called an invasion. Okay? And, let me say, it wouldn't surprise me if we get invaded. It just would not surprise me if we are being invaded. Now, you notice that he said that there's a fleet of them, and it's obvious. Like, people are like, we don't know what it is. It's obvious that something is coming into our atmosphere. But what's happening with those loud booms is those are wormholes open up. Now, some of you are going to go, oh, you've been watching too much Star Trek. And I'm going to tell you, you haven't been watching enough. There's always some truth in fiction somewhere. Okay? These things are and I thought they were sonic booms for a minute, but they're not sonic booms. That's not what this is. These are holes. These are holes opening up, transferring these beings from one place to another. And they're going from one place to here. And he said there's a fleet of them. So there's a whole bunch of them that are transferring to here. And the majority of them are probably hiding in the water. They're hiding in places we never been. I mean, the Marianas Trench is what? How many miles down? You know what I'm saying? We don't go down there. We don't drop down that far where the Dumbo octopus and them live. We don't usually go down there and hang out. There's probably Architeuthis down there. There's probably all kind of look. They was fooling around, not exactly at that depth, but they was fooling around down there pretty deep where sunlight cannot be seen. There's levels where sunlight can no longer be seen, and they was dropping down in a couple 100 feet, and they ran into a couple megalodons. Megalodons are extinct. Says who? Y'all people throwing out stuff that ain't even true, but that's what these are. These are okay, if you ever watched Superman, you saw the boom tubes, that's exactly what's going on. That's exactly what's going on. That's what these things are, opening holes up, and they're transferring from one place to another. Now, if you don't believe any of that, you guys need to look at your Bible, because the Bible talks about stuff like this. In the book of Ezekiel, first chapter, I'm just going to tell you guys to read it for yourself. Just read it. And this man wrote this back in 500 AD. Just read the book of Ezekiel, first chapter. Just go ahead and read it, please. When you want to talk about what's above your head, I keep telling you people that space above our head, there's only a thin layer of space above our head. The rest of it is water. We're not taking spaceships and going through that. We're not going to Mars. We've never been to the moon. There's water above your head. If you don't believe me, get into the Bible and read the book of Genesis. Read chapter 1 of the book of Genesis, how God says what is above your head and what isn't. When he talks about the firmament, when he talks about the deep. And like I said, I wasn't going to get into it. I'm going to let y'all read it. And you tell me what God is saying when the world was made and where we're sitting at in between and the deep. Just you guys look at it. And that's what's happening. I ain't going to say we're being invaded, but I'm going to say that we are going to see an alien presence right in front of us very, very soon. They're not going to hide anymore. They're going to walk right up to your front door and be like, what's crack-a-lacking? There is a greater power that's running around on this earth. And we are not the most intelligent beings. As a matter of fact, we're probably the least. I'm going to say we're pretty close to being the least intelligent beings within this universe. And that's just this universe. That's not including the millions and billions of other universes that are out there. That's just this one. We are about to get school. And I'm going to tell you another reason why I believe this. Because I've been having dreams about going to other planets. I used to have dreams about these spaceships coming and pick me up and taking me to, these people came and took me to another planet. And then my neighbor came over and she was like, listen, I barely even know this woman. She, as a matter of fact, she moved. She only lived here for a month. And she was talking to me last week and she was like, she said, I had a dream where a man was on this wheel-like thing and he was flying around on his wheel and he went in one hole and he came out of another at a different space. And I was like, for one, that man was real. That was a dream, but that was your spirit looking at another world. Two, he was going through a wormhole, a little boom tube type thing. He was going from one place to another. Happens all the time. I've been listening to people on the internet, just random people, just like, yo, I had this dream of the world opening up, and one dude, I'm not even going to say his name. He might not want that type of attention, but he was like, it was in the ocean. I'm telling you guys. What's that movie that talks about beings coming out of the ocean and they're coming from one plane of existence to another? That is real. That is not fake. That is real. Who's making these movies? Hollywood. I keep telling people, I said, listen, when Hollywood, when I said, how do you tell a bunch of people something that will scare them, but without causing a stampede, or without causing a panic? You put it in a movie. You put it in the movie. That way it doesn't cause panic or disruption to the system that they already have. Those things are real. Now, I'm going to say that a bunch of giant monsters are going to come up. I'm going to say that who knows? But do I believe that there's another plane of existence where the ocean is? Absolutely. And none of you can say that it's not, because none of us have been there. And when I say none, I mean none of us have been there. They found large beings out there in the Antarcticas. They found pyramids in the Antarcticas. I'm telling you, people, that this is real and it is happening. It is happening right now. What those people saw in Alabama is going to happen all over the world, and it's going to happen fast. Now, what they want here, I'm not sure. You know, if you see the movie about the invasion of L.A., you know, they came for the water. I'm not necessarily going to say they're coming here for the water. I'm going to say they already been here long before us. You know, I'm going to say they live in the water. But I'm not sure that they're coming here for the water, and have mercy if they are. Anyway, it's your boy Tone 202. I just wanted to put that out there for all you freaks and geeks. I am one of you. Probably why I don't have a girlfriend. It's all right, though. I like intellectuals, man, and I'd rather, you know, chill out and put my intellect out there and hopefully get some intellect back than be running around chasing some goofy chick. It's your boy Tone 202. I'm out.